B-Marsh Boxing was good boxing heads and fight fans around the world. Some more bad news in the heavyweight division. I mean, what's new? Jarell Big Baby Back Miller. He fails another Vada test, and this is according to the man and confirmed by the man Eddie Hearn, promoter for Matchroom Boxing. Now, Jarrell Big Baby Miller was denied a license to box in the state of New York. New York Athletic State Commission denied him and revoked his license over him failing a drug test. You know what I mean? And this was supposed to be for the fight. You know what I mean? For between him and Anthony Joshua. You know, Big Baby Miller, he's undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Fought a whole bunch of nobodies, and this is his second time tested positive for a bad substance. Now it looks like the third time, you know what I mean? On Tuesday, it's been revealed that, Big Baby Miller has tested positive for a bad substance following a test conducted by Vada, that's Voluntary Anti-Doping Association, and that was on March 20th. Now Eddie Hearn is, confirming that Vada contacted him and said that, excuse me, Big Baby Miller has failed an entirely separate test that was taken on another date. I'm gonna read you some quotes from Eddie Hearn. Quote, we now have received news from VADA that Jarell Miller has now failed a second separate test for further substance. AJ's June 1st opponent will be announced next week. If you don't think you can beat him clean, then delete your number. End quote. So the first drug this man got tested positive for was this GW1516. Never heard of it, don't know what it is. And apparently that's a fat cutting agent, and it gives you more stamina. You know what I'm saying? That probably explains why this big dude be throwing damn near 1,000 punches in a fight. This 300-pounder. You know what I mean? And the first time this guy Big Baby Miller, he had served a 9-month ban from the California State Athletic Commission after testing positive for a bad substance, and but that was while he was in kickboxing. You know what I mean? Now he's waiting for the B sample to get reviewed for the test that happened on March 20th, and but that now doesn't even really matter, really and truly. What does a B sample matter? The man failed another drug test. You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, the B sample gonna come out dirty just like the A sample. You know what I mean? So this man, Big Baby Miller, man, his life, his career is going down the drain. It's getting flushed down the toilet. You know what I mean? Straight up. A man who just blew away $6.5 million, and who knows what other incentives were gonna be offered on the back end. Now he's gonna get none of that. Now he's just gonna be there looking stupid with his hands in his face, probably crying. Who knows what else this guy got in his system? You know what I mean? This guy must have some serial mental problems, or he's really childish, or just immature. I just don't get it, man. The man was being offered 3 titles on the platter to go fight for, and if he beats the man Anthony Joshua, this man will become a worldwide superstar. Straight up and down, especially with that mouth, is the way he talks. You know what I mean? But now he tests positive for a second banned substance. One of them ones media says, damn, again? Exactly. It's again and again. Finks GRR says, what go on everybody? What go on, Finks? What's the deal, man? One of them ones says, just dropped the fight card reviews for this weekend. I'm gonna check him out. I'll check him out on the channel. You already know. Yeah, man. So Big Baby Miller, man. You know what I'm saying? This big Baby Miller looks like he doesn't have much to live for. I mean, he must have some mental problems, man. Why don't you just go in there if you don't think you can beat the man? Go take your $6 million ass whooping and call it a day. You'll live to fight another fight. You know what I'm saying? That man Shannon Briggs damn near got killed by Vitaly Klitschko fighting with one hand. Shannon Briggs, what happened? He went through mental depressions and all that. I'm sure he ain't getting no $6.5 million. Substance abuse, all kinds of shit. But guess what? Shannon Briggs came back. But Shannon Briggs popped dirty for a drug test too. But At the end of the day, it wasn't his last fight after that Vitaly Klitschko fight. Why this man, Big Baby Miller, just couldn't let bygones be bygones, go ahead and get in the ring as a clean athlete? You know, this ain't no motherfucking tennis. You know what I'm saying? Or pool, you know what I mean? Where fellas are competing. This is boxing. You know, in them sports, if they take steroids, at least they ain't gonna hurt nobody. This is boxing. You take steroids, banned substances, in a sport where it's the hurt game, that shows you got no decency in yourself. You just have no, you're like the scum of the earth, you know what I mean? And I got no love for none of these drug cheats, drug abusers in a hurt sport. You know what I'm saying? NFL, you find it, you find fellas taking steroids. NBA, not so much. At the end of the day, you need skills in the NBA. Steroids ain't gonna make you shoot better or dunk on fellas. You know what I mean? It is or cross fellas up off the handles. You know what I mean? Showing your handles game. Steroids ain't gonna help you, but in boxing, it can give you an unfair advantage. And when the public and the other opponent thinks you're coming into the ring on an even playing field and you're not, man, we need people like him out the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? Especially for these high caliber fights. All right. Fix GRR says, that's what's up. Just catching up with the news. Fix GRR says, looking forward to hear who the replacement is. I'm pretty sure the replacement. I think they leaning towards a guy like what's Jarell and Hasim Rahman. I don't know if he. I know He's in his corner to some sort of capacity. You know what I mean? Michael Hunter has had some big wins in the UK. Beat Ustinov, beat that other African dude, Martin Bakoli. You know what I'm saying? In these fights, he's fighting guys who are probably like 40, 50 pounds bigger than him. You know, he's a guy who came up from cruiserweight. Remember when he fought Alexander Usyk, gave him a good fight up until Alexander Usyk gave him that work in the later rounds, you know. So I think they're going to lean towards Martin Bakoli. You know, Martin Bakoli just signed with Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing. So I could see that happening. All right, where we at? Dan the Man was good. Dan the Man. Dan the Man from the UK with the Jack Johnson avatar. He says the WBC needs make Miller's Wilder mandatory so Wilder can do to AJ what AJ did to him by fighting Povetkin after he failed two drug tests. Let me read that again. Let me see. The WBC needs to make Miller Wilder's mandatory. This guy has no fucking. He doesn't need to be nobody's mandatory, man. This guy just failed two drug tests. Okay, so Wilder can do to AJ what AJ did to him by fighting Povetkin after he failed two drug tests. Yeah, well, you know, Povetkin didn't just get that fight with Anthony Joshua straight up after failing drug tests. You know, he had to fight a couple people. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I see where you're going with that, Dan. The Man, it is boxing. What does that mean when these guys test positive? What they go, like I said in a previous video, if you're cannoli, you barely gonna get any kind of, um, you know, you barely gonna get any kind of suspension or be reprimanded. You know what I mean? Guys like Dillian White and Kid Galahad in the UK, yeah, they had to sit out for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Billy Joe Saunders, what happened to him? He ain't do nothing. As far as he got stripped of his title. So what? He about to fight some nobody for the WBO title. I don't know why the WBO even allows that. Why don't you let Billy Joe Saunders fight the man Zudo Ramirez for his title? Why the man got to fight for an interim title against a nobody? Oh shit, it's raining. Damn. Fuck, gotta go to the post office in a bit. Anyways, you know, so yeah, I see where you're going with that, Dan the Man. You know what I'm saying? But if Big Baby Miller gonna have to sit out for a while and have to fight and prove himself worthy of a heavyweight title. But at the end of the day, the man Big Baby Miller ain't put in work like Povetkin. Even if Povetkin is a drug cheat and has knocked fellas out while being on a bad substance, Povetkin's fought people, you know what I mean? He got a better resume than Big Baby Miller by far, you know what I'm saying? So, I feel, Dan the Man says, I'm just clowning B Marsh. I feel you, dogs. All right. Dread Electric says, unbelievable, unbelievable, I'm fucking believable. But hey, at the end of the day, we can't be surprised, man. I mean, the guy already tested positive once ahead of the biggest fight of his career. An opportunity that millions of heavyweights around the world, and there are millions, let's say thousands, would love to get the opportunity to fight for the heavyweight title of the world. He hasn't even paid his dues in the heavyweight division, and he was granted this opportunity. Why? I don't know. Maybe because AJ and them know they could beat him, you know what I'm saying? A easy fight. But at the end of the day, this guy couldn't even hold his end of the bargain and stay clean, you know what I mean? So he tested positive for the second time, according to the man Eddie Hearn. He's been alerted by Vada. And they're in the middle of trying to find another heavyweight to fight, you know what I'm saying? So we shall see. B Marsh Boxer, leave your thoughts and comments. Let me know what you think about this scumbucket named Big Pork Baby Back Miller. And let me know what y'all think about him testing positive for a second time in as many days for another bad substance. Big ups to Dread Electric, Dan the Man, Fix GRR, one of them ones. And I'm gone. Thanks for coming through, participating in the chat. Peace.